Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. I am still in Hawaii, so we are doing it outside on the balcony. I'm hoping that there's not too much background noise. That's why I've got the headphones in, just to block any of the wind or any of the noises that are going on below me. Let's get straight into it and have a look at what the Ascending Life Oracle has to tell us. So the first card out is abundance. Your arrival to abundance, financial blessings, reward for your efforts, money flows easily into your life. I mean, that's a beautiful way to start the reading off. It's a wonderful way to get to have the week. I know things have been incredibly challenging. Mercury has just gone direct, which is a blessing for so many reasons. We still have Venus retrograde, and I know that's still affecting a lot of people. There is so much going on in the astrology, but you have to remember to, in order to manifest abundance in your life, you have to sit in a place of gratitude. So you have to be grateful for all the things that do come your way, no matter how big or small they may be. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be rewarded for the work that you've been putting in. There is going to be recognition, and I feel like for a lot of you, it may come out of the blue. It may not be expected, which is the best kind of blessing to have, because, you know, we sometimes hit a point where we think, all right, this isn't going to go any further. I'm just putting some box on top of these cards because I'm actually concerned I am going to lose some if I don't do that. Okay. And we are not live on High Vibe right now for this reading because David is still live doing deep astrology. And so this will be going up after the fact, just if you're watching it on High Vibe and wondering why you didn't get to catch the live. The next card out is the unseen, working behind the scenes, not seeing the full picture, the business, the blessings you don't see, magic happening behind the scenes. This confirms what I just said about the abundance in terms of getting rewarded for things that you didn't think were going to happen. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes, and we so often get frustrated because we don't feel recognized in the things that we're doing, the work that we're doing, the accomplishments, all of that. But the reality is you have to trust that the good work that you do is being noticed and you will get rewarded, and things may not happen immediately, but you have to trust that the universe is working always in your favor and working towards getting you rewarded for all the things that you're doing, for your dedication and what is coming your way. Next card out is playfulness, having more fun in life, not taking life too seriously, enjoying the little things in life, careful not to go overboard. So this comes back to what I was saying in terms of appreciating the small wins and being grateful for those and having fun with it. If you are sitting in a place that is dark, it's very difficult to manifest the things, the bigger things and the better things in life. So when you're having fun and when you're enjoying the things that are coming your way, the universe finds it so much easier to get those rewards to you. Sorry, my hair is crazy after being out in this wind all day. So if you find you're sitting in a place that's quite difficult, that's quite challenging, this week go and find a way to bring that joy in, and maybe it's going dancing, or maybe it's putting music on and dancing around your living room and just really, really letting go of the crap that is keeping you stuck in the place that you're in. Call a friend, go out, do something fun, go to the movies on your own. When I first moved to LA and I really didn't have many people in town that were friends, I would often take myself out on a date night. And people go, oh, who are you going on a date with? You know what? Myself. I'm going out and I'm having a great time because I can, and I don't want to stay at home. I don't want to stay stuck in this place. And by doing that, it opens you up to meeting new people, for the universe to recognize that you're ready for new things to come into your life. So just make sure that you make room for that. Don't go crazy. So where it says don't go overboard, don't get stuck into drugs, alcohol, addictive things that are going to harm you in some way, shape, or form. But just find that space where you're able to enjoy and you're able to enrich your life without it being detrimental. And you'll often find that on the days where you don't want to leave the house, but you force yourself to go out, whether go for a walk, like I said, go to the movies, go and catch up with a friend that you haven't seen in a while, your entire energy will shift. I know getting out of the house is difficult if you're stuck sort of in your own mind, but once you get out, the entire energy shifts, and you'll probably find you're more energized, you're more excited about the things that you have in your life, and you go from there. So crystal ball, events taking place in the future, inner knowings, occult and esoteric knowledge, stepping into your spiritual power. I've been saying for some time that everyone that watches these readings, you're all light workers, and I've been telling you for a while to step into your power and get ready to level up and do the work that you need to do to be able to develop your skills and the abilities that you have, because they already exist within you. It's just a matter of developing them. So this is the fact that the second line, and this is inner knowing, to me ties back to that. But events taking place in the future, again, it goes back to that second card that we pulled, which is the unseen. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean things aren't working on the other side or in your favor. And the last line on that card is stepping into your spiritual power. So again, it goes back to that theme that we've had coming up again and again and again. And the inner knowing, like I keep telling you all, you already have the gifts. You have the ability to see these things, and you have the gifts. So it's really just developing them and learning to listen to those messages. Okay, I think we'll do 2 more of this and then we'll move on. Sad news. Disappointing message, not what you want to hear, something not going in your favor, inconvenient truth. So I feel like this is more about inconvenient truth than anything else. But I mean, inconvenient truth can line up with disappointing message. Just because something doesn't go your way, take it in stride. And I understand that it can always be difficult when something doesn't work for us, but generally it's the universe working to protect us from something that isn't going to serve us in any way, shape, or form. So just keep that in mind. I always say rejection is the universe's protection, and you have to keep that in mind. And I know when it's something that we were hoping for or something that isn't great that happens, I think about, as I'm saying this, a girlfriend of mine who was so fundamental in changing my life, and I loved this woman. I relied on her so heavily, and she did something to me. It was the year before I moved over here, and I was just devastated at the loss of this friendship, and I could not understand what was going on. Anyway, after I moved here, she died suddenly. She was older, and that was just devastating, getting that news. And I realized that the universe had severed that relationship for me, because had I been over here when she passed and our friendship was still the same, I don't know that I would have been okay. I was still devastated when she passed because I loved having her on the planet. I referred so many clients to her, even though the relationship had ended. But sometimes it takes years to see why things play out the way that they do. So just trust that whatever happens, and if something happens, that there is a greater reason for it, and it is for your highest good. Okay, we are rapidly running out of light here. And so, okay, this card's been coming out a little bit in the readings recently. So this is waiting game, waiting for something or someone, expecting to hear news, putting your life on hold, prepared, ready, and waiting. So maybe this news that is coming, even if it's not what you want, it's something that you've been waiting for. And if that's the case, like I said, if it's not exactly how you wanted to hear it, trust that it's working out in a way that it needs to for your highest good. And if you feel like you've been sitting in that space of waiting, understand with all of retrograde, this is part of what happens with this. When things are retrograde, rather than the new things coming in, we're going back, we're dealing with the old things, we're clearing things up, and we're doing that so that then the path moving forward is so much easier and clearer for us to navigate. And again, if this thing that you've been waiting for, if it comes out and it's not exactly what you want to hear, trust it, because it means it wasn't going to serve you. I don't know why I keep going back to this point, but it's something that you need to hear. So just understand, and if it is meant for you, it'll come through and it'll be amazing. So just, you have to trust whatever it is that is happening. Okay, we're moving on to Whispers of Aloha. I always bring these cards when I travel to Hawaii because I feel like it very much embraces the essence of the island and where I am. Sorry. It's very difficult doing this with headphones. Okay. Worth the risk. You won't know if it's right for you unless you try. So if you're questioning whether you should be doing something, the answer is yes, even if it doesn't work out. And the reason is because then it leaves you with no questions. When I was moving over to the US, I had plenty of people tell me that I shouldn't do it for a whole bunch of reasons. Some people told me I couldn't make it work, so you won't be able to make it work. And I said, well, I'm not you. Other people were horrified because Donald Trump had come to power, and they were saying, well, you know what, wait 4 years and then reapply. I said, do you understand what I went through to get this visa? Absolutely not. There's no waiting. I'm going. I've got my approval. I'm off. And when I left, I said to my family, you know what? If it doesn't work, I'll have a 3-year-long holiday and I'll never have any questions on my deathbed. But if I don't go, I will always wonder what could have been. So for me, I always say, take the risk. If it's something you feel strongly enough about, it may not work, but you're not left with questions. And if it does work, you might get everything you ever wished for, or it could be something that is even greater on the other side. And you know what? Maybe the news that's coming through is telling you that it didn't work. Maybe the news that's coming through frees you up to take the risk. Whatever it is, it's happening for your highest good. Jeez Louise. Maybe I should have tied my hair up. So the next card out is Strive for Opportunity. Use your gifts to open doors to new endeavors. Okay, so there's new things that are meant to be coming in. And if you look at the previous card, Worth the Risk, you can see the new moon sitting there in the corner of it. New moon, new beginnings, strive for opportunity. As you tap into your abilities and what you're able to achieve, new things present themselves and you get the messages from the universe and you start understanding what it is you came here to do. So you need to start listening to all of that, because the greatest thing that we can do in this life is to be on our path and do exactly what we came here to do. All right, the final card from this deck, Cycle of Renewal. Set your consciousness free. I feel like we've all been torturing ourselves, and again, with the retrogrades that have been going on, it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to feel stuck and like we're getting nowhere, because you know, that's what retrogrades do. When we're going back to the past, when we're tidying up the bits and bobs that have been left that we didn't want to deal with, that we couldn't deal with, or whatever it is, we're coming out of this retrograde cycle. There's obviously still a little bit going on, and then we're going to have Venus conjuncting Saturn for 3 weeks, which isn't going to be fun. We're going to have Mars opposing Pluto. You're going to have all of this stuff going on, and it may be tough, but to me, it's a perfect time to sit there and go, okay, what is it I need to do? Where do I pivot? We're done with the retrograde, so now we have to look at all of these new things. And listen to the messages that you're getting. If they tell you to hold off for a minute, do that. But just doesn't mean you can't think and plan ahead. All right, we are going to finish up with the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Ooh. Okay, I was going to pull one. Apparently we're pulling four. Give me a second. Okay, card number one is sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. Okay, how many of these cards are going to tell us that we need to go within? So it is time. Make sure that you're doing the work. Make sure that you're focusing on harnessing that power, developing those gifts, because whatever's coming, it's super important that you have that connection going on. The next card is Angels of the Seven Chakras, power, truth, and connection. So again, meditation, grounding, making sure that your body is in balance and alignment is key to being able to tap into your gifts, your energies, and everything that's going on with all of that, and being able to be receptive to those messages and to those gifts. The third card that jumped out was connections, partnership, contract, and commitment. So I do feel like there is something coming in, whether it be a new friendship, relationship, maybe it's a business venture, but there is something about working with others, and there is something contractual coming in. I feel like it's all good. Like I said, I know the sad news card, it looks terrible, but I think it serves a higher purpose. And then the final card coming out is family tree, expansion and legacy. So family, I say this, I have a difficult relationship with different members of my family. My mum and I didn't speak for 5 years before she passed. And so I understand that there are plenty of other people out here who may be listening to this going, well, I don't have a relationship with my family. And so to tell me how important family is and to connect with them is really difficult. So let me say that family tree, expansion, and legacy can move in several different directions. Yes, we can talk about our literal family, and they are important. I mean, I'm over here in Hawaii with my dad, and I love him. He can be difficult at times, but he's an amazing and generous and caring man. And I nurture that relationship, and I probably nurture it more because of the relationship that I had with my mum. I have difficult relationships with a few of my sisters. One of them, we're good, and we communicate reasonably well, even if we need to take breaks from each other from time to time. For those of you who have difficult relationships with family, one, it may be the time to reconnect. And I understand that if you've been hurt, you don't want to be the one to have to reach out and connect with them. But there are moments in time where we have to swallow our pride, and we have to be the person that does reach out and say, this is what I'm doing. And for those where that's not an option, the family we create in this life is so incredibly important. I have spent my entire life, the whole 46 years, building my own family around me. And with that, I mean the most incredible group of girlfriends, supportive people, that they are my family. They are the 5 a.m. people that I call if there is something that I need. Those are the people that when Bumble died were calling me every single day and understood that I wasn't in a space to talk or function as a friend to them, and they listened to me cry for hours, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And even now, if I get emotional, they are so patient and kind and all the things. So just know that when people talk about family, it doesn't need to be a blood situation. It can be the family that you've created in this life that serves you. And, you know, those people are part of your soul family. You chose to come here and work this journey together, and for them to support you despite the difficult relationship with your blood family. So just know to nurture that relationship, know to work to deepen it, know to support them if that's what you need. And if you need help in these moments in the next week, reach out to them and rely on them, just like you could with your blood family if you're in a position where you have that family situation going on. I hope this reading resonates with some of you, if not all of you. For those that haven't seen it, I did do a monthly reading while I was here. I did the pick a pile again. So that is up on the channel. It's under the live stream tab though, because we did do it as a live stream rather than the edited version that I normally do, just because of time constraints and traveling. I will still be here next Monday, so I will be back to do the final weekly Oracle Wisdom in Hawaii, and then I'll be back home and in my regular space. But as I always say, not every reading is for every person. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Go check out the monthly reading. Let me know in the comments what pile you picked and if it resonated. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. I feel like it's all good things, and we're just being really encouraged to step up our spiritual game and get the work done so that we can help everyone who needs assistance as we're all leveling up. So have a wonderful week, and as always, thank you, Anne.